Hi, my name is Anna and I'm a TA at the Theory School Machine Shop. Now that you have been introduced to our ShopBot 3-axis routers and have seen how to properly install tools, I will show you how to fix your material onto the spoiler board for cutting. Fixing the material ensures that you get the best finish by minimizing vibrations and avoids dangerous situations where the material is flung out of the work area by the tool at high speeds. This means that it is extremely important that you do a thorough job when you fix your workpiece into the work area. If you are ever in doubt about something, ask for help. There are 4 main methods that we use to fix materials on the ShopBots, namely screws, double-sided tape, table suction, and wooden wedges and pins. The first two can be used on both the big ShopBot and the small ShopBot. Table suction is only a feature of the big ShopBot, and we use wooden wedges exclusively for the small ShopBot. First, let us look at how to use double-sided tape. This method works well with small pieces, especially when you have limited amounts of material and cannot afford to drive screws through it. Double-sided tape works well with foam, which cuts very easily. However, it is risky to use it with wood and hard plastics as these experience more side loading, which may rip the tape off the table. This method works only for parts with flat back sides. Ask a trained TA or a shop instructor if you are not sure whether to use double-sided tape or not. Found it safe to use double-sided tape, go ahead and clean off any dust from the spoil board and the back of your material. Place the tape along the length of the back of your material, no more than 5 inches apart. Do not overlap the tape, as this will result in uneven surfaces, which minimizes contact between your material and the spoil board. Peel off the back side of the tape and place your material on the spoil board. Tap across the material with the palm of your hand to ensure that there are no raised parts and the tape makes full contact with the spoil board. Before you run your cutting program, hold the material and push it back and forth horizontally to test how well it is held down. Screws are more commonly used than tape. This is because they are more secure. They are best to use when you know that the size of your cutting job is smaller than the size of your material. Before you fix your material, be sure to have screws of the right length. The screws should not be longer than the thickness of your material and spoil board combined. If your screws are too long, they will damage the parts of the machine below the spoil board. Once you have the right length screws, place your material on the spoil board and use a cordless drill to drive the screws through the material into the spoil board. Insert screws along the edges of the material no further than 2 feet apart. Push down on the material with your hand to ensure that it does not lift off the work area as you drive the screws in. If you are working with hard plastics such as polycarbonate, you have to pre-drill the holes on a drill press because the material is too hard for the screws to go in with a cordless drill. In the case of soft woods, use a screwdriver to gently insert the screws because a cordless drill might damage the material. Now let us look at the third option, table suction. This is a feature of the big ShopBot, which has a vacuum pump below the spoil board. The pump pulls air through the ultra-light fiberboard spoil board, thus exerting a large force on the material to be cut when you place it on the table. The table is divided into 2 feet by 4 feet quadrants, each with its own line to the vacuum pump, which makes it easier to hold down pieces that are smaller than the size of the work area. To fix your material using this method, place it on the table, turn on the pump, and open the vacuum line to the quadrants over which it lies. If your material does not span the entirety of the quadrant, use the provided sheets of plastic to cover up any spaces that could potentially be leakage points. This is particularly important because if there are spaces for air to flow freely into the table, the effectiveness of the vacuum will diminish significantly. Before cutting your part out, hold the material and push it back and forth horizontally to test how well it is held down. If you are working with a small piece of material, you can screw it onto a big sheet of wood, which you can then hold down using table suction. Remember to turn the VAC pump off when you finish cutting your part. Lastly, wooden wedges and pins. We use these only on the small ShopBot because the spoil board on the big ShopBot is too soft. To fix your part, place it against the fixed L bracket in the lower left-hand corner of the spoil board. There should be a dowel hole drilled into the spoil board into which you can insert dowel pins to support the wedges of your material which are not against the L bracket. If there's a space between the pins and your part, gently tap wooden wedges into this space. If the holes that exist on the spoil board do not work for your material size, use a different fixturing method or ask a trained TA or an instructor to help you drill new holes. A few points on safety. Be sure that the orientation of your material on the spoiler board matches the orientation you use when designing your tool paths. Make sure that you zero the tool appropriately in all axes before cutting. If you are unclear about any of the procedures, please ask an instructor or an authorized TA to assist you. Once you become an authorized user, please remember to clean your work area, exit off the ShopBot 3 software, turn off the machine, and log off the computer. Thank you for watching our ShopBot video series.